Hi, I'm Matt from SpeakPrac and welcome back to the Ultimate IELTS English Speaking course. I recently did the IELTS test and I scored a band 9 in speaking. When I got a breakdown of that score, I also got a band 9 in pronunciation. So my aim is to help you in this video with your pronunciation so you can get a high score too. In my other pronunciation video, I talked about the pillars of pronunciation, such as clarity, stress, intonation, and rhythm. But in this video, we want to transform that theory into real practice. This will be an interactive practice workshop where you can get feedback on your own pronunciation, and I'll share with you the strategies of how to do so. By the way, this lesson comes from the Ultimate IELTS English Speaking course, and yes, it's totally free. You can access the lessons, the materials, and other tools and resources at speakprac.com/IELTS speaking course. Now, the biggest challenge with improving pronunciation is that it can be difficult to hear your own mistakes easily. You need useful feedback, and that's what we'll focus on today. 2 useful tools that helped me, which I know can help you. There's the SpeakPrac app, which gives real-time speech practice and feedback for you. As well as that, there's the Anki Flashcards that are focused on pronunciation, and they'll help build a foundational muscle memory for you. Let's start with the SpeakPrac app. The SpeakPrac app, your personal pronunciation coach. One of the most powerful features inside the SpeakPrac app is what I call the SpeakPrac Cycle. It's your active feedback loop, and you can take advantage of it. It's designed to be your personal pronunciation coach, available 24/7. And here's how it works. You can either choose a guided IELTS topic or hit the big speak button to talk freestyle about anything you want. You record your speech, and then the magic happens to help you improve your IELTS speaking pronunciation. And by the way, I want you to be able to try this out for yourself. So when you access SpeakPrac, you get a number of free recordings with full access to all the features we're about to discuss. So you can follow along and experience this feedback loop for yourself completely free. The original transcript, your first layer of feedback. So as I mentioned, there are 2 ways to improve your IELTS speaking pronunciation with the SpeakPrac app. You can use the topic screen and talk about a guided topic, or you can choose the speak button, and that allows you to speak in a freestyle mode about anything you want. After you speak, the app then gives you a transcript of what you said. Now, a lot of people skip over this, but this is your first and most honest piece of pronunciation feedback. Think about it. The SpeakPrac app's AI is like a very objective listener. If you mumble, slur your words, or if your accent is unclear, the AI will struggle to understand you, just like a human examiner would. So if you look at your transcript and you see strange or incorrect words, don't automatically blame the app. You should ask yourself, did I speak clearly enough? This original transcript is a direct reflection of how others might perceive your speech, including the IELTS examiner. For the best results, always make sure you record in a quiet area away from background noise and speak loud and clear, just like you would in the real IELTS speaking test. And don't be discouraged if your first few transcripts aren't perfect. That's the starting line. I truly believe that anyone can speak English clearly with the right practice and tools. This is just step 1. The improved audio feature. Once you've reviewed your original transcript, it's time for the next layer of feedback. SpeakPrac gives you your speech metrics. But for pronunciation, the most important tool is the improved audio. After you record, you can listen to your own speech and then listen to a high quality, natural sounding version of your exact words spoken back to you. This isn't a cheap robotic voice. We've built it to sound like a native speaker in the chosen English accent with proper intonation, rhythm, and clarity. And the best part, you choose your model. Are you a male student focusing on a British accent for your IELTS speaking test? Then select UK and male. The improved audio you hear will be a clear male British voice.
Yes, I do exercise regularly. I hit the gym 3 times a week now. I wasn't really doing much before, but lately I've been getting into it to boost my health and general well-being. My main goal is to build some muscle mass, so I'm going pretty frequently.
Are you a female professional targeting an Aussie accent? Then select Australian and female.
I reckon people can really keep their culture and traditions alive in everyday life by spending time with family and getting into those traditions without holding back.
This customization is key because, as we said in my other pronunciation video, consistency is what builds clarity. By practicing with a consistent role model for your English pronunciation, you can train your ear and your mouth on a predictable system of sounds. Interactive workshop. Okay, let's do this together. I'm going to give you a real IELTS Part 1 question. If you have the SpeakPrac app, open it now and get ready to record. If you don't have it yet, just use the voice memo app on your phone. It does have some limitations, so I do recommend though to use the SpeakPrac app. The important thing is to speak out loud and record yourself. Ready? Here's the question. What kind of music do you like? In the SpeakPrac app, you can press on the big orange speak button in the menu bar. I'll give you 30 seconds, and once you're done, press the stop and save button. You can pause this video so that you can focus on speaking and then come back so you know what to do next. Go ahead and answer the question naturally. Go. Great work. Now listen back to your recording. Just listen to yourself. Now here's what the feedback loop looks like in SpeakPrac. Now let's have a listen to my original audio. I am liking many kinds of music, but mostly I listen rock music. It is very energetic for me. As you can see, I deliberately made a number of pronunciation mistakes there, and that was my original audio. Now let's say this student has selected US accent male as their focus. They would tap the improved audio play button and they'd hear this.
I'm really into all kinds of music, but rock is my main go-to. It's got this energy that just pumps me up.
Do you hear the difference? The rhythm is smoother, the intonation is more natural, and the clarity is perfect. This is the pronunciation feedback that you need. So how do you use this? Here are 4 powerful techniques to turn that improved audio into real progress. 1. Compare and contrast. First, the obvious one, listen to your original audio version, then listen to the improved audio version. Go back and forth. Can you spot the differences in individual sounds, word stress, or the overall melody? This first step trains your ear to notice what needs to change. 2. The replay method, or focused repetition. Okay, technique number 2 is the replay method. This might sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful ways to rewire your brain for clear English pronunciation that you can use for your IELTS speaking test. The secret isn't just that you replay the audio, but how you replay it. We're turning passive hearing into active, focused listening. And this is inspired by proven language learning techniques from linguists like Dr. Olje Kielen, who emphasizes the power of repeated auditory input. Instead of just listening once, I want you to listen to your full improved audio at least 5 times in a row before you even try to speak again. On each listen, give your brain a specific mission. Listen number 1, the melody. Just focus on the intonation during this first listen. Where does the voice go up? Where does it go down? Listen number 2, the rhythm. Now on this second listening attempt, focus on the stress and connected speech. Which words are loud and strong? Which words are soft and quick? Listen number 3 to 5, the details. For your other listening sessions, zoom in on a sound you struggle with. A th sound, or the difference between ship and sheep. Listen only for that sound. By replaying with a specific focus each time, you're not just hearing the improved audio, you're imprinting it on your brain. This makes the next 2 techniques 10 times more effective. 3, shadowing. Now that your brain knows the target, it's time to shadow. This is powerful, and there's a number of academic research that backs up the effectiveness of the shadowing technique. What you do is this: play the improved audio and try to speak at the same time, like you're their echo. Don't worry about being perfect. The goal is to match the rhythm and intonation you just focused on. 4, listen and repeat. Finally, get granular. Play one phrase from the improved audio, pause it, and repeat it back. Record yourself doing this and compare your repetition to the target audio. This is like your micro workout for specific phrases. Bonus technique: immediately practice new words. Here's one more powerful way to use the SpeakPrac app that connects directly to learning new words and improves your pronunciation. Let's say you're reading and you find a new word, or maybe from your improved audio and improved transcript, you discover the correct pronunciation of a word you've been saying wrong. For example, the word debris. Many people wrongly pronounce the S at the end and they say debris. The correct pronunciation is debris with a silent S. Now, just knowing this isn't enough. You need to use it to own it. This is the perfect time to use the SpeakPrac Freestyle button. Hit Speak from the bottom menu bar, and your only goal for the next 30 seconds is to use that new word, debris, correctly in a few sentences. You'll focus on pronouncing it correctly as well as using it in the right context. For example, you could say, after the storm, there was a lot of debris on the streets. The city sent crews to clear the debris. After they finished cleaning, the streets were a lot cleaner and safer for the pedestrians. Then you get the transcript and the improved audio to check if you said it clearly and naturally in context. The SpeakPrac app can give you this instantly, and that's why it makes it so much better than just a simple recording app on your phone.
After the storm, there was plenty of debris on the streets, so the city sent out crews to clear it up. Once they'd finished cleaning everything, the roads were much cleaner and safer for people walking around.
Now, this simple habit where you find a word, you practice it immediately in a speech, is one of the fastest ways to build both your vocabulary and your pronunciation confidence at the same time. Now, combining all of these pronunciation techniques of comparing, replaying, shadowing, repeating, and immediately practicing new words is how you make real measurable progress with your pronunciation. You're closing the gap between how you think you sound and how a clear native English speaker sounds. The Pronunciation Gym with Anki Flashcards. The SpeakPrac app is your practice field for full speeches. But what if you're struggling with the fundamentals? What if the difference between ship and sheep is still too tricky? For that, you need to go to the gym, the Pronunciation Gym. This is where our digital flashcards come in. They're designed for targeted, high repetition training to build your pronunciation muscle memory. Now, we've made these decks specifically for a free program called Anki. If you haven't heard of it, Anki is an incredibly powerful learning tool used by language learners and medical students all over the world. And I personally use Anki myself on a daily basis to learn English and other languages too. Anki's secret is a scientific principle called spaced repetition. Instead of you deciding what to study, Anki's algorithm tracks how well you remember each flashcard. It then shows you the difficult cards more often and the easy cards less often, right before you're about to forget them. And from my experience, and also from the research that backs the Anki algorithm, this is the most efficient way to move information from your short-term memory into your long-term memory. It means less time wasted on things you already know and more time focused on what you need to improve. Our Anki pronunciation decks are designed to plug directly into this powerful system. So we have 3 decks for pronunciation, and each comes in a different English accent, so you can focus on the one that suits you best. First, for those just starting out or wanting a solid review, we have the English alphabet decks for different English accents. These help you master the basic sound of each letter.
A.
But to really level up, you need to understand sound patterns. And for that, we have the IPA pronunciation deck. Now don't worry, this isn't about memorizing a complex chart. Our flashcards teach you how specific letters and letter combinations produce certain sounds.
Comma. Comma.
For example, you'll learn that the F in fish and the PH in phone and the GH in laugh can all make the F sound. This is far more practical for real-world reading and speaking. Now for these pronunciation decks that I'm mentioning, of course, you can go ahead and find textbooks or other resources that teach you the alphabet or the IPA or minimal pairs. However, the problem you'll face is then retaining that information into your head and having an instantaneous response to pronounce it correctly in real life situations. And that's why I strongly recommend using Anki flashcards. Now for my favorite pronunciation workout, minimal pairs. These are pairs of words that differ by only one sound, like thirst and first. Take a listen to this audio.
Mat.
Can you guess which one it is?
Mat. Map.
Now, mastering these is crucial for both your speaking clarity and your listening comprehension. Minimal pairs are so useful because if you can't hear the difference, you can't produce the difference. Now, our minimal pairs flashcards for Anki gives you the most common minimal pairs in English, complete with high quality audio and IPA, so you can train your ears and your mouth. Let's try one right now. I want you to listen carefully to these 2 words. Bin. Bean. Can you hear the subtle difference in the middle? I versus E. The first one, bin, is made by blowing air for a short time only. I. Try it. Bin. The second one, bean, starts with your mouth extending out sideways and producing the sound for a longer time. E. Try it. Bean. Now say the pair out loud. Bin. Bean. Our minimal pair flashcard for bin and bean can be so helpful so that you can hear the difference between those 2 sounds, and that'll help you produce and speak out those sounds clearly. I'm curious, what's the one English sound that you find the most difficult? Let me know in the comments. Now, I mentioned all of the different pronunciation flashcards that you can use with Anki and that we help provide you. However, I do know, and I also suggest that you can check out other textbooks or resources that give you the alphabet, IPA, and minimal pairs. However, the problem with them is that they will not help you retain that information into your head. Taking advantage of Anki's spaced repetition system and our pre-made flashcards gives you a shortcut so that you can just focus on improving your pronunciation straight away and keeping it into your long-term memory. Do you want to go further with your IELTS speaking? Then be sure to check out the other videos in the Ultimate IELTS English Speaking course. This video right here is just one piece of it, and you can access the rest of the lessons and resources at speakprac.com/IELTS speaking course. The path to a Band 9 in IELTS speaking isn't a secret. It's a system of practice and feedback. It's what helped me get my Band 9, and I know it can help you too. And it all starts with the belief that anyone can speak English, including you. You can improve your English pronunciation, and here's where you can start. Be sure to download and open up the SpeakPrac app. Practice speaking real speeches on there and listen to the improved audios so that you can speak along and change your stress and intonation, your rhythm, or your clarity as needed. Remember that the SpeakPrac app actually gives you a number of free recordings that you can use. And if you want a solid foundation in English pronunciation, be sure to check out our English pronunciation flashcards, especially the IPA flashcards and the minimal pairs flashcards, so that you can distinguish between the different sounds of the English language. I've put the links for the SpeakPrac app and the Anki decks in the description below. Now, in my next video, I will talk about the next marking criteria that influences your IELTS speaking score, lexical resource or vocabulary. We want to turn your simple words into vocabulary that actually impresses an IELTS speaking examiner. Don't miss that video.